I'm Chef Jasper, and today we're in the kitchen preparing a new dish. Well, I don't know if we want to say new, but it's something I don't think you've seen before. Now, we all know about pesto, that classic Genovese dish made with fresh basil and olive oil and pinoli nuts, a little bit of salt. Oh, so delicioso when you add that cheese and toss it with pasta or spread it on bread. So many different recipes with that. But I came up with something I think you're going to absolutely love, and it's called white pesto. Yes, now, I'm one who's really into being as authentic as can be when it comes to Italian food and the authenticity of dishes. So I'm using this word pesto a little liberally here, but that's okay because I know that this dish is something that everyone is going to love. Let's get started. White pesto. So what could be white? Are we talking about herbs? Not really. No, come on. Clear oil? No, not at all. Ricotta cheese. That's right. We love our ricotta cheese in the Italian kitchen. So let's add some of this ricotta cheese, and then we're going to start adding some different ingredients. Now, we have to have a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano or Pecorino Romano, whatever you like, that grated cheese. This is going to give it a lot of flavor, and I really won't need much salt when it comes to this. Here we go. Pistachios. Yes, in a real true pesto, you have to have pinoli nuts, but in Sicily, we love to use the pistachios. They come from around the area of Mount Etna, and they are just fantastic. A great addition to any dish. Now, is it going to hurt it being, all white? Nah, we'll mix them in because you're going to think the same thing when I had the fresh basil and a little bit of thyme or oregano, whatever you want to use. Here we go. This is like, not the number one ingredient, but this is something we have to have. Fresh garlic. Come on, I can just smell it right now. This is coming together. Okay. I'm heavy-handed on the red pepper, the chili peppers, so don't use as much. Just a little, whatever you want. It's still okay. We're still kind of white right now here. And a little more salt, but not much. Remember what I said. This cheese has enough salt in it. Cracked pepper, that's up to you. I'm not really big into cracked pepper. White pepper may be good. That's okay. Lemon zest. Now, how about that? This is more of a Sicilian influence in here. How do you want to grate it? Do you want to do it real fine? Or do you kind of want to let people kind of bite into the lemon? I always like that. So I'm going to grate the lemon here. Not real big, long pieces, but really give it enough flavor also. Just zest it here enough. And then this is my little trick here. Get your knife. Just the bottom of this lemon. We don't want to waste anything here. And this is going to give it some great flavor. So not only the zest, but just a little piece of the end of the lemon. And then now, let's just move this to the side here. And let's start with some herbs. Come on, you know me. I have to have my basil. And we just love the basil in our kitchen. I mean, it goes in half of my dishes. I'm not kidding you. Whether it be a summer sauce or a pasta sauce, chicken dish, veal, we absolutely love it. And how do you want to do this? Well, do you want to shred it? Do you want to chop it up very fine? I don't know. I'm good. I like a little bite. So I call that, country style maybe perhaps. So that's up to you also. We're going to add this to it. Don't want to waste any of this. And this is up to you. Now, oregano, fresh thyme, marjoram. I love marjoram, just the smell of marjoram. It gives it such a, almost like a perfume flavor. So be creative. Here you go, because it's a pesto, remember? And a pesto has the fresh herbs in it. Where do we get the word pesto? The mortar and the pesto. That's what it's all about. And that's how the dish actually came about. So let's just take this right off of this. And I'm not even going to chop this up. This is enough, just like this right here. Just hold it down. We don't want to waste any of it. We'll get those little stems out of there, but that's more than enough. But I don't know, you can't have a heavy hand when it comes to this. Let me just put it that way. Now, Let's just move this back a little bit. I'm tempted, but I'll taste it. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put more pepper in there. But let's give this a nice stir and kind of mix everything up before I start that. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm really liking this right now. But before I do anything, I want to make sure we're nice and folded. Everything's folded in here, and now we start. If you have a helper in the kitchen, that's good also, because one can add the oil and one can stir. Now, kind of work with the ricotta. Don't add all the oil at once. And mix, and it's going to look like it broke down. What do I mean by broke down? It breaks apart. No, you're okay, because once you really start whipping this, it's all going to be incorporated and give such a great flavor. And I didn't tell you this, but the ricotta cheese we drained beforehand really, really well. We don't need any water in there. Enough of that lemon juice was just, the perfect, little accent to it. But the oil, of course, is going to make it a little bit creamier. So make sure you really, really drain the ricotta cheese. Now, we're going to add more oil. And we're going to taste this to check out the salt, because believe me, every different cheese that you add to it, you don't know if it's salty enough. I mean, I say there's a lot of salt in it, but that just depends on the cheese at that time that you purchase. So it's a good little tip. So let's taste this now and see where we're at. Okay. I think it needs a little more salt. Oh, great flavor. And I could taste that lemon. I like that a lot. Well, extra virgin olive oil makes the difference. And I think we have enough. Now, what are we going to do with this? Well, it's pesto. Come on, it's a white pesto. First of all, I prepared some garlic toast. So easy. A little dollop right on top. How about that? Nice appetizer. A nice addition to a tomato dish or a pasta dish, a dinner that you're having. Nothing really to it. That's about as easy as you're going to get there. And I also love to get a whole tomato. That's right. It doesn't have to be fresh from the garden, but look at these beautiful tomatoes. I cut the tops out. How simple is that? And then I fill it. Come on, look at this. I fill it with this mixture, and I put it in the oven, and I'll bake it for a little bit, or you could put it on the broiler, or you could put them on an indirect grill. That's right. And I'm telling you, everyone will love this. Get some smaller ones. Even you can get the little cherry tomatoes and fill them with the ricotta cheese. I don't think it gets much better than that. But you know me, come on. I can't make pesto without having pasta. And a white pesto pasta, that's right. So I have some cooked pasta here ahead of time. Let's put the ricotta cheese in a saute pan. You want to warm this just a little bit. We don't want it to break down. Now, we've already explained that to you. So as it warms, it's going to become a little creamier, but then again, it may start breaking apart. That's okay. And also, once we add the pasta, we'll give it a nice toss, but you know what? You can eat it when it's warm. You can eat it when it's just room temperature. You could serve it as a cold pasta salad. That's right. So many different ways to really enjoy a white pesto. And I think it's like, my newest dish for the summer. It's going to be great for the fall. It really doesn't matter. Let's add some of the pasta here now. Oh, we're going to love this. And another little tip, you may want to add just a little bit of water if you think it's too thick. Now, I don't think it's going to be too thick because I like it like this right here. But if you want a little bit creamier, and think about this, we're not using any heavy cream. The ricotta cheese is good for you. The extra virgin olive oil and all those flavors. A classic recipe for pesto, but I've turned it around and made white pesto. Something I know you're going to enjoy and something I would be proud to serve my family. White pesto. It's the newest thing in Jasper's kitchen. brought to you by Hen House Markets.